If he does make it back, it's going to be an episode. If he doesn't, then I'll go find the camera and I'll publish it on our page.
I found something.
Miniature golf is like a yuppie's word.
And out here in, where are we at?
We made it to Dirty Sally's.
However, somehow we missed it completely an entire lake. So it's moving day, folks. Actually about a week earlier than we thought we were going to. So as you know, we met Sean and Matthew from Broken Dreams Reborn here outside of Buffalo, Wyoming, and they had gotten here a week before us. So that always kind of created a problem because the maximum stay is 14 days, and turns out that they're going to be traveling with us for most of the rest of the summer and the fall and into the winter, I think. And so we wanted to try to get on the same schedule with them. And in order to do that, we decided we were going to move just west of here about 15 miles. And we're hoping that our spot that we went and checked earlier this week is available. And if not, we'll have to find another one. But first we're going to go into Buffalo and dump our tanks and get some water, and then go back out to the boondocking spot. In case you're noticing, I'm wearing my black rim glasses again. Long story short, the ones I got about 6 months ago in Mexico, the anti-glare coating that they put on them is like cracking or rubbing off or peeling or something, and so right in my line of sight it's all blurry, and so I couldn't even, I was having a hard time seeing with them, especially you know, something up close like reading or playing on the computer or something like that. So I decided to go back to these. The prescription's almost the same as those, so I can still see very well with these, but I'll just have to wait till we get back to Yuma and get those repaired and replaced. So but yeah, we're heading out. Michelle's just finishing up her checklist. I'm gonna do mine right now. The cats are in the car.
We're at our new spot. We are at Elgin Park Road Dispersed Camping. You can see the beautiful mountains behind me. Absolutely gorgeous. We went up about 1,000 feet in elevation, and it's about, I think 6 or 7 degrees cooler here, which will be helpful, especially during the heat of the day. But yeah, we're excited, and our 2 friends are going to be joining us tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow's Saturday. So Chris and Courtney and Sean and Matthew from Broken Dreams Reborn are going to join us, and we're going to have a good group.
All right, hopefully you can hear us. With the river rushing in the background, it's a little loud, but what are we doing?
We are on a scenic drive, and we're on the Crazy Woman Canyon drive, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, so Chris and Courtney are behind us following in their Jeep, and Sean and Matthew from Broken Dreams Reborn are riding along with us, and it's beautiful. It's been a long day today, folks. I'll share a little bit of that with you when we get back. We've been working on Chris and Courtney's lithium upgrades and solar and stuff like that, and literally we were 5 minutes from the end and we ran into a problem that I just can't figure out. So we have a consult tonight with our buddy Rob, who's kind of a solar genius, and I'm hoping to get some possible clarity there. But it's working okay now with the way it's set up, but it's not fixed by any means. So
his brain's a ticking.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It's ticking. But this beautiful drive, and you know, here's what 2 other YouTube channels are doing. They're all getting their B-roll. So and Chris and Courtney are coming back with Amputee Adventures. So make sure you check their channel out if you haven't already. We're going to be with them for 6 months probably at least, and sounds like maybe even with Sean and Matthew for about as long as well. So we're excited. Yay. We're going to be traveling in kind of a caravan to different locations. We are still here near Buffalo, Wyoming.
Oh yeah, getting some ice cream.
Just had some ice cream here at Creekside, and if we had more time we could have played some putt-putt. Miniature golf is like a yuppie's word. So we are heading over to get some dinner at
Pizza Hut.
Okay, you just ruined it now. I couldn't even get it out of my mouth and she was already barking it out. All right, so yeah, we're heading over to Pizza Hut. We all love Pizza Hut, and it's right across the street, so we're gonna go get something over there.
Well, that's all the plate can handle.
Time to eat some pizza. I'm waiting.
I haven't had Pizza Hut in a long time. Probably since I went with my mom and dad down in Yuma.
You're not saving us from anything.
We're going to see an abandoned cabin. So we made it back to the cabin. Chris, you want to tell them the little story about this cabin?
So this cabin apparently is about 140 years old as of 2024. And the family of the people who built it back then keep it up, I guess, in some sort of way. And it's fully accessible on Forest Service land out here in, where are we at? Somewhere Wyoming.
Sheep herders.
Sheep herders or
Yeah,
ranchers or
ranchers,
something?
yeah.
For shelter while they were out here grazing. They built it back then, so.
It's pretty cool. You can actually even go inside, which is unusual, but they do have a little plaque here. Dudley, Avery, Kinsbury, and Joseph Todd built this cabin in the late 1800s for shelter while summer grazing sheep and cattle here in the Bighorns. This plaque was placed here by Kingsbury and Todd descendants, and the cabin was restored in 1996, more than 100 years later after more than 100 years after it was built. All right, let's go inside. Maybe. Oh gosh, that door's... I don't know how much you guys are gonna be able to see, but I'm gonna turn on... Oh, there's a big old beautiful fireplace. Turn on our flashlights. Seeing nails, old nails up there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is an old thing from like a lantern.
Oh, yeah.
An old style lantern with a wick.
Yeah.
We'll go around back and see. Good morning. So I went out to do some drone footage over at Crazy Woman Creek, or Crazy Woman Canyon. And then I decided I was going to go up and get some jugs of water at the water and dump station. And then I thought, oh, hey, there's a great boondocking spot on Gold Creek Canyon Road. And so I came out here and, well, I went past all the boondocking and I thought, oh, you know, this will loop me back around. But as you can see now, I've come to a spot where I don't think I should go either way. I'm going to have to turn around. So that's the way I just came from. I came to this intersection, and if my GPS is telling me to go straight, which there's a huge gate and nothing but overgrown grass that direction. Looking down to the right, yeah, that doesn't look like a road that's going to lead me anywhere that I'd want to go. Looks like more of an ATV side-by-side road. And if I turn left, I got to climb this hill, and it looks pretty rutted and rocky and likely not to go where I need to go. So I guess I'm going back the way I just came from. It's been about 7 miles, so I got a ways to go. But it's beautiful out here.
Today's Saturday, and the group, our group and ourselves are taking a trip to Ten Sleep here in Wyoming, and we stopped. We've been going down a mountain and I smelled something, and Kyle said, well, I don't think it's our car or our truck, but we'll stop anyway just to take a look around, because I knew he wasn't pushing on the brakes as we were going down the mountain. He has it in whatever gear you need it in when you're going down a mountain. But this is a great place. Look at these views. night. We made it to Dirty Sally's here in Ten Sleep. Ten Sleep has, very surprising to me, a population of 246 people. Yes, this is Dirty Sally's general store. They have tons of stuff in there, souvenirs, clothes, keychains, pottery, but best of all, this is where you can get ice cream. Here's what we got. I got a scoop of chocolate and a scoop of cookie dough ice cream. Yum.
I got mousse moss mint and lemon custard on a waffle cone.
And our friend Chris, what did you get?
I got a hot sandwich because I didn't want ice cream this time. I didn't know it was going to be hot, but it is. So here we are.
Even better.
Good.
Oh, and an orange drink with cane sugar in it.
Oh, you'll be all wired.
And I almost forgot the best thing. We also got some wild huckleberry licorice. I bet it's going to be so good. I'll have to let you know.
We're out on the trail again.
We are. We're going into the woods. Look at all these tall trees.
So we are doing Willow Lake Trail today with Matthew and Sean from Broken Dreams Reborn. They're just right up there getting started. They just did their intro for their video. This is 8.12 according to All Trails with 1,500 feet of elevation. We're going to hike past several small lakes, I think. Obviously Willow Lake, but there's other lakes that we're going to hit on the way. And really the feedback that the comments have said is it's buggy.
Yeah. So
and it's difficult at the end.
We're hoping maybe all the bugs have died off at this point. So.
Which I'm assuming at the end means halfway point because this is the end because it's an out and back. So we're going to take you along and we have my backpack chock full of stuff. Michelle's got a Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew, of course. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's actually like a barbed wire fence that they've built with a somewhat of a gate. Basically, you just lift this up and pull the stick out of the area down there and come on through. So it started drizzling a little bit. The mosquitoes are a little bad. They're not too bad, but we put on some of our favorite bug spray by Sawyer. Paracardin, I think it's called, or something like that. Highly recommend this stuff if you are ever needing bug spray and you don't want to smell like DEET all the time. This stuff works fantastic. Shout out to Long Long Honeymoon, who, trust me, I don't think is watching this video, but they did a review of the best bug sprays probably like 4 or 5 years ago, and this one got the best results, and we use it all the time, and we really like it. But as you can see here on the trail, there's quite a bit of bouldering as we begin to continue our climb up. It's been like this for the first 3/4 of a mile, which is about how far we are into the trail. But this is the type of hiking I like to do here in the forest. We're not out in wide open prairie all the time getting beat down by the sun. But yeah, beautiful trail so far. But lungs are definitely feeling it. Parking lot was at about 8,200 and it's about 1,600 feet in elevation gain. So we're gonna be up close to 10,000. So I think I mentioned when we were down at the trailhead that along the way we're gonna pass a few lakes or ponds, whatever you wanna call it. Here's our first one. No, this is not Willow Lake. This is what lake, Michelle?
It's named Sherd Lake.
S-H-U-R-D?
S-H-E-R-D. E-R-D.
S-H-E-R-D.
It's one of those words.
But yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's actually sprinkling rain out there. So it's kind of, I mean, the lake is super calm and there's a little bit of rain drizzling in. But yeah, we're about, I don't know, 1.6 miles in or so.
Yep, 1.79.
1.8, so we still got...
And it's about 65 degrees.
Yeah, it's beautiful up here. Nice and cool, and the rain's helping keep the bugs off us as well. All right, how far are we, Michelle?
Oh my gosh.
It's very rocky.
At almost 4.5 miles.
4.5 miles in, so that means it's going to be about 9 miles total by the time we're done, which means All Trails was off by about a mile, but
And I'm pooped.
we'll take it. We finally made it to Willow Lake, and just as we were walking up here, we heard this. It sounded like howling or something, but I thought it was a coyote, but it may have been an elk. But it stopped probably because it heard us coming. I don't know how far away it was, but let me show you what we see.
All right, so we had our lunch today, and I feel like I have a little bit more energy, especially knowing that we're heading back, because this is an out and back trail. But our lunch today was lunch meat sandwiches. We had turkey, and
Monster cheese.
yeah, Kyle had his monster cheese, of course.
America's best cheese.
My sandwich was plain, no cheese, and completely dry. That's how I like it. And we had some sliced apples, and we split a peanut butter crunch Cliff Bar, which is delicious, by the way. Let's see, we split a can of Mountain Dew because for long hikes we need that extra push. Let's see, and then we saw Willow Lake, took a look at that. We were going to walk down to the water, but it was just too difficult to get down, and plus we'd have to climb right back up. And we are going back to Rainy Lake, and it's there where we'll put our feet in the water.
So we're heading back down the mountain, and when we left up at Willow Lake, our intention was to stop by Rainy Lake and stick my feet in the water and maybe even jump in the lake. However, somehow we missed it completely, an entire lake. I mentioned to Matthew and Sean as we're hiking, I'm thinking, boy, it feels like we're hiking way further than I remember the distance between those two lakes. And come to find out, we must have just walked right past the entire lake. I have no idea. But we're gonna go down back to Sherd Lake, maybe stick my feet in the water and maybe even jump in. We'll see how I'm feeling. It's definitely heated up a lot, not a lot, but much more. The sun's come out and it's no longer overcast. So, but yeah, we missed Rainy Lake. But if I was to do this hike again, because Willow Lake, you're up on the overlook and you're not down by the water, and if you want to go down by the water, it's quite a challenge. I would actually just do this hike up to Rainy Lake and turn around. You're going to save yourself probably about 200 to 300 feet of elevation gain, and honestly, Rainy Lake is much prettier than Willow Lake, just because it's smaller and much more private and enclosed with all the trees. So you know, if you guys end up doing this, I would highly suggest hiking up to Rainy Lake on the same trail. I'm thinking it probably would make the whole trip about 6 miles, and I think you might be very happy with that and save yourself some of the oxygen depletion in your lungs from hiking all the way up to Willow. We're getting close, folks. We got about a quarter of a mile left. We've been out here for almost 8 hours now. It's a slow go, especially with all these boulders. It'll be interesting to see what it says my step count is on my Garmin watch when we get back to the truck. I'm guessing probably close to 23 to 25,000 steps on this trail. Ends up being about 9.5 miles. Michelle just ran up ahead of us a little bit. Sean's knees bothering her a little bit and has been for most of the trail coming back down, so she's taking her time. Matthew's back there, but yeah, we had a nice stop there at the lake, and it's a nice hike, but it is really rocky and bouldery. It didn't come across that way in the descriptions on All Trails, but you know, I would rate it, you know, out of 5, I would rate it probably a 3.5 to 4. Sean is not as gracious as I am. She's down there. She said she wants to rate it a 1 because there's so many boulders and all kinds of mosquitoes now. I think our mosquito spray has worn off, and it's a lot more humid now too. So, but yeah, we're getting back to the trail and our trailhead, and we'll head home. It's only about a 25-minute drive, and then we'll catch up with Chris and Courtney, and then we're doing, I guess, maybe our new traditional thing on Sunday nights. We are actually going to go into Buffalo, Wyoming, and get some Pizza Hut, and it's well deserved. I don't know how many calories I've burned, but it's been a lot.
Oh my, you caught us off guard.
What'd you guys think of the trail?
It was brutal, and it gets ranked a 1.
I told you guys she's not as forgiving as I was with my 3.5.
The whole trail, front to back, the whole thing was boulders. Not part of it, not most of it, all of it.
Yeah.
How's,
And it's buggy.
how's your leg?
It hurts.
It hurts.
I think everybody's got a hurt leg, right?
What's gonna make it feel better?
Pizza?